JayNewz. I'm from Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Currently living in Hollywood now. I moved out here 2 years ago. Really chasing this music dream and really just trying to be everything I can be. Entrepreneur. I got Skyfly Clothing, my clothing line. I do music and I also host events, which we'll be getting into later on during the show. But that's a little break about me and check my music out, at www.jaynewz.com and Google JayNewz and you get a little bit more information and get to know me a little bit more.
Okay. Well, we're gonna get to know you a little bit more right here. So it's not 20 questions, but it's pretty close too.
Okay.
We've got a few questions to ask you so that we can get to know you more and you can let us know more about what you got going on in your career.
All right.
So you said you're from Minnesota.
Yeah.
What part of Minnesota?
Brooklyn Center.
Brooklyn Center.
Yeah.
Not BK.
Yeah.
It's the Minnesota. All right. Well,
Right
from
on.
Minnesota to Hollywood, you made your trek all the way over here.
Yes.
What do you think of the weather?
It's beautiful. It's hot right now. As you can see, I'm sweating like, woo, it's turned up in here. But no, I love the weather out here. It's real like chill, laid back compared to Minnesota. 'Cause we got blizzards and the whole shebang out there. So I really love that weather.
Toss out all your winter coats.
Yeah, you definitely got to toss it.
Mom, you can have those. I'm not going to need them. I'm moving to the West Coast.
Right. So it's definitely a good look.
Awesome. So when did you actually move over here to Hollywood?
August 2011,
Okay.
I believe. Yeah, because I actually went to the LA Film School for a little bit, and then I got picked up by DJ Ski, and then people were actually on the flyer building a short record. So I got out of school from there, started doing the independent route with them with music. Didn't really work out. Got out that contract and really just started pushing me as an artist independently, and been doing it ever since.
Awesome. So let's get a little bit of background. How long have you been doing music?
I've been doing it all my life. I really started taking it professionally 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
So what were you doing before 5 years ago?
I was a hooper. I was a basketball player.
Ballin'.
Did that majority through all my life. And then I really did the transformation when my grandma passed when I was in college. And I really fell into the depression where I needed to get music off to really get, my feelings across and really get, that. And I just started doing it and just picked up and people started saying like, yo, we really mess with your music and we really like, your sound. So I kept at it.
So it was...
Hold on real quick.
Okay.
My bad. I am steaming in here. My bad, y'all.
He's hot fire. He's steaming. It's all good. Is that the throwback jersey you
Man.
wiping off with? He's making
It's some right now that I need.
Because we're snug in the studio. We got like 10 people in here. It's
Right.
3x3
Body.
studio. Okay, so you moved from Minnesota over here to California after your grandmother passed.
Mhm.
Do you have any family over here? What kind of support did you have morally in making that big transition?
I actually have a godfather that's out here, but shout out Mark, by the way. But that's the only real family I have out here. All my other family is from Omaha, Minnesota, and pretty much throughout the Midwest, Chicago, St. Louis. Like just coming out here, I was really just following my dream. It's following like an instinct that I need to be out here to make some pop for my career. So I came out here, and then I'm just ever since it's been grinding and trying to take it to the next level.
So you said other people told you that they were feeling your music and that you should really pursue it. What was the point in which you decided that you wanted to pursue it?
I really wanted to pursue it, like I said, after my grandma passed, and I was just really getting out my emotions with music. And with that, I just wanted to take it serious, and I wasn't really feeling basketball no more. I didn't have the joy that I once had when my grandma was alive. So I just went into the music, and since then it's just been, progression and just steady becoming something great.
So what would you say your music genre is then? I'm assuming it was probably more sentimental in the beginning because
Right.
you were going through those emotions. Has it still maintained that kind of emotion, or explain your music?
My music is, everybody, when I explain my music, I want to explain it as uplifting, inspirational, chasing your dreams. It's not really too much that you hear today as rap music. It's more conscious felt. It's like I said, it's just more just like an awakening to, you know, whatever you want to do, that you can do it. You don't have to, you know, sit back and just do the norm, what society would want you to do, but in actuality, you can actually chase your dreams. So I like to call it like dream chasing music.
Dream chasing music. Who are some of your inspirators?
I
don't even know if that's a word, but who are some of the people that have inspired you to be this creator of dreams?
Jay-Z off top is one of my big inspirations right there is Jay-Z, and I listen to a lot of artists. I like Drake as an artist. I like a few others. I got a lot, so I can't really just name off. But one of my big inspires are, you know, Jay-Z and what he's done over his, you know, time of doing music. He's actually been, you know, left a big impact on me. So I would say that would be mine.
You both kind of from Brooklyn, right? He's from
the
real BK. You from BKC,
yeah,
kind of the same.
Come on, you know, Midwest, you know, East Coast, you know, kind of sort of like.
They close
really,
enough.
But it's all good.
Right. So, explain to me. You have an album out.
Yes.
What's the name of the album?
Champagne Wishes and Caviar Dreams.
Is this your first album?
No, it's actually an EP that I dropped with 5 songs on it, just to give a little taste to my supporters that, you know, been rocking with me up to this part, because I've been doing a lot of transformation with music and who I am as a person. So when my last project was Champagne Wishes, Caviar Dreams, and this is giving like an open to like people that have been rocking with me, like where I've gone through and to where I am now, and to the people that haven't heard me, just like, oh, okay, we should probably start rocking with this bull. So it's cool.
How did you develop your name, JayNewz, with a Z, correct?
Right, with a Z.
Make sure you let everybody know it's www.JayNewz, J-A-Y, like Jay-Z,
yep.
Right?
Like with a Z.
But what is Z? Okay, I think I see where the similarities are. JayNewz with a Z, Jay-Z with a Z.
It just happened to play like that. But when I got my name, though, it's funny because I was actually playing ball when I was young, and I was, I forget if it was 9th grade or if it was just like the junior high phase. I was always in a local newspaper for Brooklyn Center, our little town newspaper for sports. And he was like, oh, Jay, always in the news again. You know, so it kind of came like back then, so I just stuck with that.
That's great. So when basketball games hit, who created the mixtapes for your teams?
Well, at the time I was playing basketball, I didn't really start taking my music that serious until, you know, the situation that happened. But when we were playing basketball, I was the one who usually had the songs probably.
All right. Well, what are a couple of the songs that you would make sure were on the mixtape to hype up the team?
Back then with my songs, or just like, or
no,
in
back
music
then.
in
Tell me
general?
back then a few of the songs that you warmed up to.
Let me
The
think.
prequel before JayNewz's music hit the streets.
Oh man, I used to bump the back in the day the Carter 2.
Yeah, that's a good album right there. Shout out to Gilly.
Yeah, so yeah, that was one of the joints that I used to bump a lot and have, people going before the game.
That's cool. So how old are you?
I'm 25, I'll be 26.
All right.
Yeah.
When's your birthday?
July 6th.
Oh, your birthday's coming up.
Yeah. So that's why the show is like.
I was gonna say, is this a birthday show for you guys who are out there and not in here looking at the flyer? Mr. JayNewz has a performance coming up on July 9th at Los Globos. It's a red carpet event.
Yeah.
And performing live will be Scheme and our guy, Mr. JayNewz. So will you have copies available for people to, your EP is available for people to have hard copies, or is it by download only?
Right now it's only download only. You can get it off my site at JayNewz.com, or you can get it out SoundCloud, which you just type in the search box, JayNewz, JayNewz, and you can get all your music from there. Or also you can go on YouTube and type in JayNewz in the search box, and my music will pop up. Always, again, my music, and it's free too, so why not check it out? Maybe you might like it, might not. Any feedback is good feedback.
So what is it like working with artists or other musicians now as an independent artist?
It's definitely different. A lot of people have a lot of different ways they like to work. I like to work you know, I'm persistent with what I'm doing with music. And working with different artists, you starting to see, like, you know, who the ones you want to work with and who the ones you don't. So I don't know if that really answered your question.
It does.
I got lost.
No, it does. I guess, how do you feel about the musicians over here on the West Side? Is their work ethic the same as yours versus, well, I guess you've only been here in LA to develop your music.
Yeah.
Have you thought about going anywhere else? Maybe the Bay or anywhere else where you might have some...
I have thought about that. I actually was in the Bay doing a show. Not a show, it was actually a team backpack cipher that they have out there. I did out there with the Bay. I actually like the Bay a lot. But I would say the people that I've encountered here with their work ethic is, some of the people here I've met are just kind of shady. And, you know, I really don't vibe with them, but most of the people that I met, like my man Soler right here, who is actually going to be dropping his single at the show on the night, so make sure y'all come out and support the talent. But yeah, just rocking with him and rocking with a few others in the room is just like, they really, you know, shown to have the work ethic that I have, like really going out there and get it, so I respect that.
That's cool. Now, the ones with the same work ethic, do you find them to be locals or are they transitioners from other places?
I would say transitioners from other places. A lot of locals here, like I said, they've been around here so long, so they've just stuck to their ways. So I would say, you know, the outskirts pretty much.
Mm-hmm. And what are some shows that you've done in the past at some locations here around town?
In LA?
Yeah, let's go, because you've gone on tour, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about some venues that you've been in here in LA, and then we can talk about your tour.
Okay. I've performed here at Los Globos, which we had the show on the 9th. I've also done in Hollywood, not in Hollywood, I'm sorry, in Chinatown at the Grand Star Jazz Club. Actually know the owner over there, he's a real cool dude, shout out Tony. Did a show in Hollywood at Space 1521 in the Urban Outfitters open mall. We actually used to do little events there during the summer. And yeah, it was nice. So I've been LA, downtown Hollywood, downtown Hollywood areas performing for the Los Angeles area. But other than that, went on tour, excuse me, went to Fresno, Las Vegas, Seattle, and Hollywood, and then shout out to New Orleans to do a show, rock my man Brandon. Shout out Brandon. He's actually my director for my music videos that I do, so he shout out a little show out there. So I've been did some shows back home in Minnesota. Only place I haven't did a show at is the East Coast, so I'm hoping to get out that way.
That would be great. So out of all those venues, do any of those shows stick out to you as the craziest show, the I don't know, which show really sticks out? Which made a point in your life?
I would say when I went back home and did my first show back in Minnesota, to really see my, people actually say they mess with my music to come out and support was really an eye-opener. Like, man, I really can do this, So I would say my first show back home was the one that's really set it off and was the one I always remember.
You have an upcoming album coming out after the EP, correct?
Right.
You're working on your full album.
Mm-hmm.
And it's entitled 1111.
Right.
Like the time? Like the time. Explain that to me.
Well, me and my friends, we always, I don't know what it is, but it's just every time we look at the clock, it's always 11:11 because we be up working on music and, be in the studio and just, we look at the clock and it's 11:11. So, we always make a wish and just keep on bettering ourselves and better the things to come in the future. So I just repeatedly keep seeing 11:11. So I was like, what, something must be happening while I'm seeing it so, often. So I just want to name my album, 11:11 because it's like make a wish or, it's feel good. So.
What's been some of your motivation out here in Hollywood?
In Hollywood, my motivation is really just putting on for my family and just really getting them out the situation they are back home. I got 2 younger brothers and my mom. I really want to bring them out here. My mom was actually originally from here. She was born in Compton, but she got moved to Minnesota. And she's saying that she wants to come back out here, but she knows how LA is, and she doesn't want to bring my brothers, around that. And she said if they come back, they would need to be in like gated community and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, whatever, but I'll work on that. So
you have to get them to come out and visit.
Oh yeah.
Because I was the same thing. I'm a transfer to LA from somewhere else, and I remember the first thing I thought was, do I have to join a gang? Like, if I come to the West Coast, because that's all you see on TV is gang violence, and they don't really show you any more than tourist stuff as like come to our attractions, come to the beaches, and I had my niece was like, I want to come with you to California, I want to do all this, and I tried to be 150% real with her, like, what you see on TV is not exactly what you get. She was like, no, and bragging to her friends, and I'm going to California. She moved out here, and in 6 months, no, not even 6 months, like 4 months, she went back home because it was like she went behind the curtain and saw what it really was. Like, oh, you got to drive an hour to get to that beach. You got to spend a lot of money to get here and go through the traffic, and I don't need a car. I can just... What do you mean you don't need a car?
Right.
So LA is intense, and especially being under 18 and so influenced by what you see on TV, that even if you don't see that around, you're going to try to seek it out. And so I can understand it'd be, they have to meet the right kind of people that can show them.
Get a feel for it.
Yeah, and they really see what the city is like, because that's truth, man. It's an illusion what they try to tell you what LA is.
Exactly what it is. So I've been seeing it. It's just like every day it's just like eye opener. Like, wow, like this is real.
We got the weather where people can be crazy 24/7.
Yeah.
Even when they looking on the side and they hate it. See, I'm training ready to go. Established in 1990. A star was born and you gon' see me shine thee.
Oh, I got a little bit of goosebumps. I'm like, oh, we got an 80s baby, we got a 90s baby. I see the generation collab right there. So where can we find some of your music?
Well, my single, as I said, you can be looking out for that on July 10th to be able to download it for free. I'll probably have it down before then. I'll be working on a buzz single called We On to be able. I did the BT Awards last year and I'll be there again this year. So I definitely just want to have some material to be able to pass out, as well as, I don't know if you can see me because you're on the radio, but I'm very fashion forward. I'm also styling as well, and I'm the music editor for CarltonJordan.com. So that's why when people ask me what do, I just say I'm an artist, because I'm more than just a singer or a rapper or, a fashion stylist. It's all kind of embodies itself, just being a Libra.
And JayNewz, and you guys want to do a final shout out and then